Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. I wanted to do this video because I think WWE have got a real huge opportunity on their hands if they were to go down these roads, which I'm not sure if they would or will, but I've got an idea as to what I would like to see for the main event of this year's Survivor Series. So I was pretty excited about it, hence why I'm doing this video. But I just want to give you a background on Survivor Series first. So it started in 1987, I believe, and it is regarded as one of the big four. That means that the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series are seen as WWE's four key pay-per-views, all staggered throughout the year. So you got the Royal Rumble at the start of the year, then WrestleMania, SummerSlam in the summer, and the year finishes with Survivor Series. This year Survivor Series is on November the 20th and it is in Toronto, and it's at the Air Canada Centre. Now for me, everything at the moment is building towards a Shield reunion and they should absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. You've got Seth at the moment that's kind of in that face role. You've got obviously Roman Reigns, who just looks like he'll be face forever. And Dean Ambrose as well, who is a face as well. So now they're all kind of back onto the same page. It would make sense to put them together. Plus also I think that they could kind of fight against a common enemy. Certainly in regards to Seth and Dean, who have got an issue with Triple H at the moment, and Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. So without even trying, you've got Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, The Shield, going up against Kevin Owens, his best mate, Chris Jericho, and of course, the Puppet Master, Triple H. Now, a traditional Survivor Series would mean that it should be 4 against 4, and I wouldn't change that format because what excites me about what I've been thinking in regards to the Survivor Series main event are those additional people. So, first of all, for the Triple H, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho team, I would have Braun Strowman. Can you imagine? They are building Braun Strowman, and I think it would be really positive for them to put him in the main event. But not only that, he is a force. You know, he is bigger than even Roman Reigns, and if Roman still has the US title by that point, I just think that it could be a real interesting stare down between Roman and Braun. You know, you are establishing Braun as being on that level at the moment. You know, some people still see him as kind of one of the Wyatt family. You know, all he's done since the brand split is beat up Jobbers and Sin Cara, which, you know, isn't anything that special. But this would really establish him as a main event player, as a big star in the making, as someone to watch, and be fully on board with them having Braun Strowman. To counteract that, though, the Shield need someone that's got a bit of history as well. You don't want to just throw anybody in there. Maybe someone that's got history with Triple H. I was toying with the idea of The Rock, but that feels a bit WrestleMania, to tell the truth. But I think we're probably on track for Seth against Triple H for WrestleMania. So maybe The Rock wouldn't be the worst call. It's just obviously he's got a very busy schedule at the moment, so I'm not sure if he'd be free. But I think I've got something better. I was watching the JBL Legends show the other day, and this guy was on it, and he makes it pretty clear that he has got unfinished business. I am, of course, talking about Sting. Now, Sting would be protected in this match, mainly because he'd be on the same team as Seth Rollins, so there wouldn't be any danger of him getting further injured. But joking aside, he would be in a tag match, so there's always a way out. You know, he can always tag out if it's getting too much for him. But not only that, you know, I know he said he retired, but as I said in that JBL program, that Legends program the other day, he made it clear he's got unfinished business. He would, if allowed, step through the ropes one more time, and there is a match that he wants, and we will come to that in a second. For me, he should never have lost at WrestleMania 31 against Triple H, and I think that by Sting pinning Triple H to win the match for the Shield and for Sting, I think he puts to rest the demon that was WrestleMania 31 and that defeat that for me never should have been. He would have appeared at WrestleMania 32 if it wasn't for the injury he suffered in his match against Seth Rollins. I believe it was Night of Champions. So I do feel like they had more for him and more stories for him to tell. I think he's done. I think that his body is now giving up on him, and I think he needs to step away. But there are two things he needs to do first. First, he needs to get revenge on Triple H. That he should never have lost that WrestleMania 31 match. And then second of all, with that match now over, and him celebrating in the ring, with the Shield by his side, the lights need to go out, and The Undertaker needs to emerge. And the match needs to be made for WrestleMania 33 that Sting will finally face Mr. WWE himself. The Undertaker comes out to just let his presence be known, and then we just build towards WrestleMania 33. That would be my main event. I've actually mapped out the whole of Survivor Series, but to tell the truth, there's only one other match that really excited me, and I think that would be New Day with Apollo Crews going up against the Club, Gallows, Anderson, and AJ Styles. I would also just throw into that, to make it 4-on-4, Akira Tozawa. Now, Akira Tozawa has just come out of the Cruiserweight Classic. He's just signed with WWE. You are going to see him in that Cruiserweight division on Raw. I think he will fit nicely in with the Club. They're obviously, you know, very proud of their connections to Japan and their connections to Asia. And Akira Tozawa, I think, will really fit in with that. You know, he's a big striker. He's fantastic in the ring. And I think that he would put on a real show. And there's an interesting kind of connection with Akira Tozawa and Apollo Crews that they could tell from a storyline point of view, as both guys used to be in the same stable when they were fighting in Dragon Gate. So, you know, the storylines are already there to go. So for me, that would be a second really exciting match to put on the Survivor Series card. So I'd love to know your thoughts. If you agree, if you disagree, do you think you've got a main event that's better than that for Survivor Series? I know we're a way off. I know it's November 20th. But having watched Clash of Champions, having seen that JBL show with Sting, and just kind of, you know, fantasy booking, which I rarely do, but, you know, it all came together for this one, and I think WWE would do well to either go with those ideas or go certainly in that direction. So yeah, give the video a like if you liked it, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I see you again next time. Bye for now.